Hello everybody, my name is Giygas, and welcome to the finale of EarthBound. Throughout the Let's Play, we've been searching for the 8 melodies spread across the world of EarthBound in our hopes of fighting Giygas. In the last episode, we explored the caves of the past and stumbled upon this place. And in today's video, we'll be finally going inside. After 2 years of planning out this Let's Play, and 7 or 8 months of recording this project, we're finally at the end. It's all come down to this. And this chamber is a lot bigger than I remember it being. Ness, are you surprised? It's me, Pokey. Isis the strong and able. That's Pokey. You guys look pathetic. The Apple of Enlightenment has already made a prediction. But I won't let what the Apple of Enlightenment predicted take place. You guys will be beaten by Gigas. Gigas will be stronger, a more powerful entity than any other. Why? 'Cause of me. I was led by Gigas, and now I'm here. The Apple of Enlightenment couldn't predict this. Master Gaius? No. Gaius is no longer the weirdo of evil. He has become the embodiment of evil itself, which he cannot control on his own. He is the evil power. Alright, this is the final boss of EarthBound, Giygas! We cannot do anything to him right now because any attacks that go against him right now will automatically be reflected back at us, so don't even bother fighting him. What we want to focus on during this part of the battle is the heavily armed Pokey. 2000 HP, 999 power points, 145 offense, 255 defense, 60 speed, 5 guts, 0 experience, $0. We're dropping no items when we defeat them. Has a 50% chance of fire, 50% everyone will freeze, 0% flash, 50% paralysis, 99% brain psych, 0% hypnosis. Attacks, discharges, stinky gas, lowers your offense and defense, charges forward, high level damage, tears into you, high level damage. And Giygas, even though all of his attacks all of our attacks will reflect back at him, he still has some stats for this part of the battle. So here are the stats for Giygas' first phase: 9,999 HP, 999 power points, 255 offense, 255 defense, 80 speed, 5 guts, 0 experience, $0, 0 items will be dropped when you defeat him and stuff. Which is 50% vulnerable to fire, 50% vulnerable to freeze, 0% flash, 0% process, 99% brain psych, 0% hypnosis. Attacks PSI Rocket Alpha, 40 to 100 damage, PSI Rocket Beta, 90 to 270 damage. So, what you want to do is you want to focus all of your attacks on the heavily armed Pokey. I like using the PSI Freeze on him, even though it's only a 50% chance of 50% vulnerable to this attack. I still like using those against the heavily armed Pokey. Multi-body rockets will probably also be a good idea to fight against this enemy. Although you want to be careful using attacks like Starstorm or PSI Rocket that attack every enemy on screen, because again, anything that hits Giygas will reflect back at you as well. A PSI Sealed will also probably be a good idea at this point, but the problem with that is that the attack will reflect back at him, and then the attack will reflect back from Giygas to you again. So no matter what, it's going to attack you either way. Alright, his body has become solidified, so let's attack him with the multi-barrel rocket. And while we go through here, you may notice Ness's face is on Giygas right now. There have been a couple theories associated with this. But the theory I really like is I don't mean to sound like narcissistic or anything like that, because it's a theory that I came up with myself, but my personal favorite theory is that's not really Ness's face at all. Because we're currently in the past right now, so at least as far as I know, there's really no way that Giygas would know what Ness would look like. So my personal favorite theory is that this is actually Ninten's face from EarthBound Beginnings, because Giygas has seen what Ninten looks like from that game. So that's my personal favorite theory, that it's not Ness, it's supposed to resemble Ninten. However, the thing is, the Ninten battle I I really want to talk about it because Paula's defeated. That's not a good thing. Paula is by far the most important party member in this battle. So you want to make sure that she's still alive throughout this fight. You know what? No, I'm not gonna waste that. I'm gonna use the Horn of Life on her, so it's a guaranteed thing. Let's use another multi-bottle rocket on the heavily armored Pokey. Hopefully that'll work. Mirror is probably useless at this point. PSR Arc and Beta, you're not my friend. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting details associated with the Nintendo battle in EarthBound Beginnings. I won't go too far into it though. The reason why cutscene. I understand you guys are already claiming to be heroes. Well, it is a gazillion years too early for you to oppose Gigas. You must feel pretty stupid to keep fighting without even knowing what Gigas looks like. If you were to ever see Gigas, you'd be so petrified with fear, you'd never be able to run away. That's how scary it is. So do you want me to turn off the devil's machine? Well, prepare to be amazed. So, isn't this terrifying? I'm terrified too. Giygas cannot think rationally anymore, and he isn't even aware of what he is doing now. His own mind was destroyed by his incredible power. What an all-might idiot. Yup, that's what he is. And you will be just another meal to him. Alright, this is the second phase of Giygas. 2000 HP, 0 power points, 255 offense, 255 defense, 80 speed, 5 guts, 8 experience to defeat them, $8 $0 experience to defeat them, $0 to defeat him as well. We're dropping no items because it's a boss fight, and it's the final boss fight anyway. Weaknesses, 50% overload fire, 50% overload freeze, 0% flash, 0% process, 99% Brainshock, 0% hypnosis. Attacks. Now this is where I think it's going to get a little bit complicated because a lot of the attacks are going to be like nonsense things, which we'll see as the battle goes on. I'm going to be labeling these as incomprehensible attacks. So these are basically PSI Thunder Beta, PSI Flash Gamma, which Thunder Beta is 16 to 180 damage to 2 characters, and Flash Gamma has a 45% chance of crying, 50% chance of strangeness, 20% chance of process, and 20% chance of instant defeat. And it also has a chance of doing like a low or high level damage. It's very random. However, the incomprehensible attack where he goes all like nest that has no effect at all. So what we want to do right now is we definitely want to heal Paula right now, and we want to focus all of our attacks on Giygas right now. Multi-battle rockets are your best friend right now, as well as any leftover bags of Dragonite that we may have carried over from the Nessus Nightmare battle. That is, of course, if you have any left over. But the thing is, this is a very complicated battle. There's a lot going on with here, and there's a lot of lore behind the Giygas battle. And there's a lot to talk about with this thing. So what I was saying a moment ago about the Nintendo battle is that I would talk more about the Giygas encounter with in EarthBound Beginnings. The only thing I will say at the moment is that his name was a little bit different in that game. It's like Gaigu or something like that. And his appearance looks more like Mewtwo in a circular ball thing. So that's pretty interesting. You are a jerk face. Alright, the main thing you want to focus on is making sure that Paula is you want to keep Paula alive during this battle. Because she is by far the most important character in the final boss. We'll see more when we get into the third phase of the battle. And speaking of which, I must warn you guys right now, the third phase of the battle has a lot of very intense flashing lights, so anybody who has like epilepsy or anything like that, you may want to be careful watching this video. There will be a warning in the description below, but I just wanted to give you guys a fair warning about that. So yeah. There's really not much to talk about right now, but so I guess I could go into the history of the Giygas battle, and this is going to be a bit more of a serious topic. Basically, the inspiration for the Giygas battle was taken from trauma that the developer of the game sent us out to a toy faced when he was a little kid. I'll go over more on that in a bit after this cutscene. You must already be at the end of your rope. In this bizarre dimension, you fought the only of us fighting for justice. And here you stand, waiting to be burned up with all the rest of the garbage in this universe. That's so sad. I can't help but shed a tear. You know, my heart is beating incredibly fast. I must be experiencing absolute terror. Do you want to scream for help here in the dark? Why not call your mommy, Ness? Say, Mommy, Daddy, I'm so frightened. I think I'm gonna wet my pants. I know you have telepathy or something, so you just try to call for help. You pathetically weak heroes of so-called justice. No one will help you now. Don't worry, your bit of suffering will be over soon. Alright, this is Unstable Gigas, or Gigas Phase 3, or whatever you want to call him. I'm going to be calling him Unstable Gigas because that just sounds cool. Here are the stats: 9,999 HP, 0 power points, 255 outfits, 227 defense, 80 speed, 5 guts, 0 experience, $0, 0 items, weaknesses, 50% auto fire, 50% auto freeze, 0% flash, 0% process, 99% brace, 0% pluses. Attacks: incomprehensible attack, BSI Thunder Beta, 3 random attacks, and 3 deadly attacks. 3 incomprehensible attacks will have no effect. This is what I meant when at the very beginning of the Let's Play, when I said that one Starman enemy that we fought at the beginning of the game had more power points than the final boss in this game. I was being a little bit sneaky with that because this boss fight doesn't actually have any power points, so technically any enemy that has power points in this game has more than the final boss. I'm not clever. But the thing you want to do is that you want to use Paula's Prey ability on this thing. Now, the main role for Ness, Jeff, and Pooh is to have them defend Paula. PSI Sealed probably would be a good idea. I'll do that next turn, if I remember, which I probably will forget. If it's possible, please, somebody help us. All of the Mr. Saturns felt a new, startling feeling that they have never experienced before, and they all started praying for the safety of Ness and his friends. Of course, Pooh collapsed. Alright, so yeah, what I was saying a moment ago is that you definitely want to make sure that Paula stays alive during this battle, because her prey ability is the only thing that can really hurt Giygas during this phase of the battle. He'll say things like this where I'm like, I'm happy, it's not right, Ness. And he'll say random things like that. So the thing with praying, that was also how you defeated Giygas or Gaigu in EarthBound Beginnings, where you had one of the party members use the pray ability, and eventually this completely messed with Giygas' mind and made him flee from the battlefield, which led to the events of this game. Suddenly, one of the Runway 5 felt something stop him, and he prayed fervently. I didn't get a chance to finish reading that, because I got stumbled upon that one word, because I'm bad at reading things, apparently. And Pooh was revived, oh yeah. Let's use, does he have, yeah, he's a shield. Doesn't have a good shield though. Yeah, we'll just use Life Up on everybody. and you will continue praying. But as I was saying a moment ago, the inspiration for this battle came from a traumatizing event that happened to Shinsato Otoy when he was a kid. He accidentally walked into a movie, and I won't say the exact details of what exactly happened. So feel free to look it up on your own time. But he walked into a movie scene and mistaked it for a murder scene for something else, and Paula's father thought he somehow heard his daughter's voice and prayed sincerely for the safety of Paula and her friends. He walked into a movie and mistaked a murder scene with something really bad and things like that I won't really talk about right now. This led to the creation of Giygas. So I just find Giygas' character in general really interesting. There's a lot of interesting history associated with Giygas in terms of the lore, the developmental history of this game. Just everything about Giygas is so cool, and that's why he's very high on top of my list of favorite boss fights in the game in history. And there are a lot of really good final bosses out there. Like Xenoblade Chronicles has a great one. Skyward Sword is awesome. Splatoon has a really amazing final boss. I'd say EarthBound has probably my favorite final boss in gaming, just because of how much history there is behind this one with the development history and the lore of the series. It's just really cool. Suddenly, Tony felt anxious about Jeff, and he prayed strongly for the safety of Jeff and his friends. So you basically need to use the pray ability. I believe it's 9 times. What happens if we try using Mirror on this? Oh, it didn't work. I wonder what that would be like to use if it was successful. I wonder what would happen if Kirby ate Giygas. How has nobody ever drawn like fan art of that? Of what would happen if Kirby turned into Giygas or whatever? A young woman in Dalam woke from a dream in which Prince Pooh died, and she began to pray for the well-being of Pooh and his friends. It hurts. Ness. You gotta grasp the true form of Gaius' attack. Ooh, not Paula, no. Save Paula, darn it! Okay. This is also why I was saying that you want to definitely try to make sure that you have lots of PowerPoints going into this battle. Not necessarily for the beginning part, but kind of for that, unless you have multiple battle rockets and bags of Dragonite. But it's also a really good idea to just make sure that you have some means of saving your party members if you run out of items. No, we'll have somebody else use it, and we'll just have you Bass. Paula can't do anything this turn. Let's try using a Hungry HP Sucker. It's probably going to be useless, but I just want to see what would happen. Word of Life, okay, we still have that. We really don't need to use a lot of power points against Gigas himself, because eventually, this one thing that I've read when I was doing my research for this Let's Play said that eventually Gigas will fully heal himself if you're using normal attacks. Okay, that thing didn't work. So you want to make so Prey is pretty much the only thing that will completely work against him. But I want to see how effective Brainshock is. Like, This probably won't do any more better than this one. This one just makes so that it affects everybody, but this one attacks a single target, so maybe that'll work. I'm happy. Who tried Brainshock Alpha? Giygas felt a little strange. Paula prayed from the bottom of her heart. Please grant us strength. Anyone who can heal her plea, we ask her for this. Suddenly, Frank recalled Ness's shining young face, and began to pray diligently for the safety of Ness and his friends. Okay, let's do this again. I admittedly lost track of how often we've used the pray ability. I think this is our 6th time, 7th, 6th, one of those two. Of course, now I'm going to go edit this video, and I'll be like, oh my god, you're such an idiot, this is not your 6th or 7th time, this is your 30th or something. Suddenly, Ness's mother felt terribly uneasy, and she began to pray from the safety of her son and his friends. And prepare for Caesars, because now we're at quite possibly the most intense part of the battle, at least when it comes in terms of visuals. So this part is the reason why I'm putting an epilepsy warning in this video. So hopefully people are okay with this. There's really no way that I can turn the flashing lights down. It's impressive that the Super Nintendo was able to render this in the first place. That is impressive, I have to say. I can't think of anyone else. Anyone, please help us. Paul's call was absorbed by the darkness. Alright, what do I want to do now? Let's use a bag of Dragonite on this guy. That might be a good idea. We'll use Prey a few more times just to make sure. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We're very close to the end of the game. I'm gonna use a Brainshock on him to give him the status effect of feeling strange. Because it has a 99% chance of working, and it's awesome. The guy grasped the true full of Gaius' attacks. It did not work. Someone, can you hear me? Please give us strength. Paul and her friends' calls touched the heart of R8. RGU prayed for the kids, having never felt this way before, or something. Lady Geared You kept praying. Ness, well, it's going to seem like I'm running away. But perhaps I'll just sneak away to another era to think about my next plan. Mother 3, please translate to the US. It's a good bet that we will see each other again. Alright, I'll be seeing you. So now which one of us do you think is the cool guy? Our travels together end here. I must return to Dalum and use this experience for the good of my country. Ness, Paula, Jeff, let me demonstrate a strange power before I go. I've realized this power as a child. Peace I Pharaoh now. I'll see you again someday. Paula, Ness, it was great to hang out with you guys, it really was. I'm glad that I had the chance to use some of the theories that I have been studying so hard. It's remarkable. If just maybe... Well, if you two get hitched someday, maybe I'll be the one that fixes your broken electric appliances. I'm going to stay here for a while and see if I can learn more from Dr. Endonuts. I mean, from my dad. So it looks like this is goodbye for now, my friends. Ness, will you escort me home? No. Well then, I'll escort you! Now, something I'd like to say right now is that the rest of this video is going to be recorded in post-commentary for a couple of reasons. But the big thing I want to talk about right now is that there is a lot we can do in the world of EarthBound now. Now, because of this, my original plan was to have all these Easter eggs demonstrated in the finale in this video. And I had people on Miiverse and YouTube give me suggestions on what we could do. The thing is, I went ahead and edited that montage, and the montage itself ended up being 40 minutes long. So I decided that because I'm pretty sure nobody's going to want to watch a movie length of video for this Let's Play, I decided to split them up, and all those Easter eggs are going to be demonstrated in a bonus video which will be uploaded soon. This video, we're just going to be demonstrating one Easter egg, and then we'll go through the credits and talk about my overall thoughts on this Let's Play. You've lost some weight since I last saw you, Nez. Apollo's had quite the adventure. I'm glad you live so close to us. Why don't you drop on by more often? I'm working on making better steak. Steak. You're a very strong young man. My opinion of you has changed. Perhaps you should continue dating Paula. Just treat her right. Come by and visit anytime. You can even sleep on the living room couch instead of the one in the den. Meow. It's a kitty. Ness, I guess it's time for you to go home. Everyone's probably worried about you. Alright, now there is a neat little Easter egg that can happen if you bring Paula with you to Ness's house. That will be demonstrated in the bonus episode, as well as pretty much every other Easter egg that I could find about this game, as well as every Easter egg that was suggested. Yeah, I will say one thing. The bonus episode, it's already done by the time I'm recording the post-commentary for this video. That bonus episode, you know what? This entire Let's Play in general has been kind of a huge nightmare to edit, but I think it was really worth it. And I'll go more on my thoughts when we go through the credits of this game, because that's generally what I do during the credits for Let's Plays. One thing I will say right now, though, is that when you go home the first time, Ness's mother will say that the picture guy will came to the house and dropped off a photo album. So from there, you can say you don't want to look at it, but if you look at the photo album, that's going to be the end of the game. You can refuse to look at the photo album and just continue looking for Easter eggs across the overworld. Did you finish doing everything you wanted to do? Okay, now you can finally share your incredible experiences with me. You did so well. One thing I'll say right now is that I absolutely love this right here. How all the characters in the game have their own credits. It's so adorable. And there's gonna be a lot of cool details spread across the credits that I'd like to demonstrate. Like first right here, we can see Buzz Buzz right there, so rest in peace Buzz Buzz. But we can also see the Money Money statue next to Liar Exaggerate, because he was the one who discovered her in the first place. It's all your fault. Liar Exaggerate is the true villain of the story. Not Giygas, not Pokey, not even Ness's Nightmare. It was Liar Exaggerate. Alright, I'm just being a dork now. I just love this ball as a teddy bear. It's so adorable. We have the Orange Kid and the Apple Kid. I'm pretty sure I talked about this during the main Let's Play, but on my first playthrough of this game, I didn't want to make like a big mistake in which project to fund, because I wasn't sure if I could fund both of them in the same playthrough, so I went on Miiverse, and that's one of my favorite experiences playing with Miiverse, because like everybody was telling me to go trust the Apple Kid, and I didn't know why. None of them really explained why, but I trusted to fund the Apple Kid's project, and it worked out. So that's a really fun experience with Miiverse, and I'm so sad that Miiverse is not returning for Nintendo Switch. That's a story for another time. We saw the Money Money statue with Mr. Carpenter a moment ago, so that was also a pretty cool detail. And we also saw Happy Happiest, and the Sip right there kind of crumbled into ruin. And the Mr. Silence are so cute! I don't care that I lose belly points when I do that. Mr. Saturns are adorable. It is one of my ultimate goals as a video game nerd to own a Mr. Saturn plushie, because they are just so adorable. And we got the bubble monkeys over there and Talavama. That's still really fun to say. Talavama. And we can see the Mani statue again one more time with Pokey right there, and I will pronounce this correctly, Gildgard Monotoli. Gildgard Monotoli. That's probably not how you're supposed to pronounce it at all, but that's what I'll be going with. We got Pooh, we got Pooh's Master, Star Master. I don't think we actually heard his name during this. Well, we probably did, and it might just be dumb, but it's not a big of a deal. Noble Warrior. I like that guy's name, that's funny. And Dungeon Man is awesome, and the Dindos are so adorable! I just love the Dindos, they're so cute. And we got the Flying Men right there. I want to say that the amount of graves that appear there depend on how many Flying Men actually die in the game. I might be wrong about this, though, because I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head. I'll do research on that in between videos. Well, I can't really do that between videos now because this is the final video, but you know what I'm saying. I'll look into that while I do the editing for this video. And I really like how Nessa's father is represented by a telephone during the credits. Like, he doesn't even get a character sprite, he just uses a telephone. Plot twist. He is a telephone. He's not an actual human being, he's a telephone. And that was Lady Geardu's Let's Play of EarthBound. And now we're listening to, honestly, one of my favorite songs in this entire game. It's really high up there next to On It, the On It theme. But this song is Smiles and Tears, and this song is just awesome. I believe this is also the same song that would play on the Soundstone. But now we get to listen to it one more time as we go through the credits. So, my overall thoughts on this Let's Play. I've been thinking about this for a little while, but I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to jinx anything. But this is by far my favorite Let's Play that I've done on this channel. I've done 18 games on this channel now, and of all the games I've done, out of Skyward Sword, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, out of Spyro the Dragon, out of all those games that I really enjoy, this is by far my favorite Let's Play that I've ever done on this channel. Not just because I love this game, but because of all the work that went into it. It took me 2 years to plan out this Let's Play, and during those 2 years I did research on every single enemy to figure out what the best strategies for fighting them. I did research on all the items, I did research into the game's lore, and I just did a lot of work to prepare for this Let's Play, and I think it totally paid off. Because during that time, I was really worried that, like, nobody was going to care about this project. Like, it would be one of those things where I put a lot of work into it, but, like, nobody really cared about it, and everybody would be watching the Wind Waker Let's Play, and EarthBound would be getting, like, two views or something like that. But I'm really happy to see the positive feedback that I got throughout this Let's Play, and I'm just really happy with the way this Let's Play turned out. I'm also kind of happy that it, not including bonus episodes or the Let's Prepare for the Finale video or prologue or anything like that, I'm really happy that in terms of, like, main videos, it also ended on episode 15. I don't know why, but that just makes me happy that it ended on a even number like that. Alright. Now these pictures that you'll be seeing in the background, as I go across the entire game, I believe there are 32 pictures for you to collect throughout the game. But all the pictures that you got throughout the game, you can see them in the background here. It is entirely possible to miss a few of these. Some of them are impossible to miss. Yeah, that's like a nice little fun Easter egg that you can get for collecting all the photos. If you didn't get them all, you'll still get to see the ones that you did get, so that's pretty nice. Alright, so now that EarthBound is done, and honestly, I gotta say, before I move on to another topic, I gotta say this one last thing. I'm probably gonna still be playing this game for a long time, because some of the games I've Let's Played in the past, when I was done with the Let's Play. I still haven't really gone back and really played those, but games I've been more passionate about, like Skyward Sword or Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, I have revisited those games plenty of times after the main Let's Play was over, and I just know that I'm totally going to still continue playing this game even after this Let's Play is long gone. So, yeah, and now that EarthBound is done, and honestly, I cannot believe I'm saying those words. 2 years in the making, and this Let's Play is done now. But now that we're done with this project, what's going to be happening for the future? I have a lot of ideas for what I want to do in 2017 in terms of Let's Play projects. Wind Waker is still going to be continuing for a little while longer. I'm going to try to update that a little bit more often now that EarthBound is over, because now I could just put all my focus on Wind Waker. The next two Let's Plays are games I've been wanting to do for a very long time. Not quite as long as this one. Well, actually, one of them I wanted to do the same time around as I want to do this game. One of the next Let's Plays I'm going to be doing, because of course I'm going to be doing it 2 at a time again, but one of them, I wrote all my notes for it, but it's been delayed so many times that it has been on my computer hard drive since pretty much when I got it back in 2013. But yeah, that's the Let's Play I'm really looking forward to. The other one, the reason why this one took a little while to plan out was because it's a very different type of game than what I usually do on this channel, and I've been wanting to figure out ways that I could do this game to make it unique and stuff like that, and I'm really looking forward to playing that Let's Play in particular. And this last picture we get, if you were keeping track throughout the entire game, like how many pictures you took, if you got 31 by the end, do not worry. The last picture you saw on there was taken at the very end of the game, so you get a 30-second picture at the very end. And whatever name you put into the game, whenever Tony would call you, that's the name that would appear right here. I lied! There's still more stuff to do. Now... yeah, so this right here, when I was doing the live commentary, I screamed. Honestly, I screamed right here, to the point where I had to turn my microphone down when I was initially going through to edit this video. Because he caught us at the very end of the game. We already saved the world, the credits are already rolled, there's no need to talk to us anymore. Alright. Who will be knocking at the door this some night? Would you answer it? I got fleas sucking my dry, so I'm just going to lie still for now. A letter arrived from my brother Pokey. It is addressed to Ness. There's no stamp, and it is not time for the mailman to come. Anyway, I brought it over. It says, "Come and get me, loser! Spikety, spikety, spankety!" I wonder where he is. And that was the Giygas Let's Play of EarthBound. So, stay tuned to my channel for the Wind Waker HD is going to be continuing for a little while longer, as well as the next couple Let's Plays or whatever they may be. Until next time, lead gear to you.